in many ways. I'll take you back to the summer of 2019. Block Club Chicago was a year old or so, doing well, and then we got a tip that there was an alligator in the lagoon. And this story, Block Club owned, started, named Chance the Snapper, went on for days and days, and people gathered at the Humboldt Park Lagoon, and they could not catch Chance the Snapper. I did a live shot from there just as a crocodile hunter, like all the TV stations and all the things, but no one had the coverage that Block Club did. They finally flew in a guy from Florida who caught the alligator in like 12 hours. And this story is incredible, not only because of him catching Chance the Snapper, keeping us all posted on how Chance is doing, but then as an adopted Chicagoan, Frank Robb at some point needed a little help health-wise, and we wrote a story about him and his friends, his adopted Chicago friends, contributed over $50,000 to make sure that Frank was going to be okay. He's an incredible man. He's here tonight. Frank Robb, come on up here, my friend.
Wasn't supposed to get me crying before I started this, but it is what it is. Good evening, y'all. Yeah, my name is Frank Robb. As he covered pretty well. Super blessed and excited to be here this evening, celebrating the 5-year anniversary of Block Club Chicago. Bear with me as I have this chat with you this evening, as I will try to keep my emotions in check. I'm already ruining that. One of the many amazing qualities of a beard is it's long enough you can wipe tears away with it. That is what it is. I give countless presentations and educational talks every year for groups between a couple dozen to 1,000. I always touch on this subject and shed a few tears each time. People that don't know the story or only parts of it must think I'm crazy, but it kind of is what it is. I've built thousands of crocodilians for nearly 30 years now, in every imaginable situation you can come up with. Under space shuttles, rockets to NASA's Kennedy Space Center, in the bottom of missile silos, hotel elevators, restrooms, hospitals, front porches, garages, got some stories. In people's homes, in their pools, in their ponds, lakes, rivers, ditches, canals, crawl in our neighborhoods, which if you all learn a lot about yourself, that's a great way to start, in culvert pipes, animals stuck in bar stools, fences, gates, circumstances where people have lost life or limb or pets. You name the crazy discussion with crazier people, I've had those too. But nothing holds a light to a gator in Chicago. Well, I mean, we did turn the lights out, but it's a whole thing. In July of 2019, there was this creature that showed up in Humboldt Park Lagoon. Some people said crocodile, some said caiman, some even said alligator. Watching from afar in Florida, as this story played out, who would have ever imagined the blessings and grace that would be bestowed upon so many from this one experience? After a week of watching the situation, I got a call one morning from Kelly Gandersky, back there. Thank you, Kelly. With Chicago Animal Care and Control. I remember Kelly asking me what I would do in the situation differently than what was already happening. And I said, well, man, if I'm being completely honest, everything. She asked many questions via email and on the phone and said, can you do this? And I said, ma'am, this is the work that I've spent my entire life doing. I have confidence in my God-given abilities, and Lord willing, I should still work out within 2 days. And I came to Chicago with a single desire to save an animal's life. Top priority. Little did I know that the story via God's grace would save mine. 2 years ago, I had open heart surgery, high-risk surgery with no insurance, no doctor stepping up, and I was in a scary place. I truly believe the Lord placed me and a little alligator in the right place at the right time, with the foreknowledge of what was to come. I can't thank you all enough for the love and support you've continually shown me, my nonprofit years, in which we are now involved in wildlife research and cancer research globally, and our buddy Chance the Snapper. Chance, as you all know, is living his best life in Florida at the St. Augustine Alligator Farm. If you're not following the Alligator Farm, you should be. They talk about it all the time. He has traded areas within the zoo a handful of times. I think I've caught him 4 or 5 times now at this point. He knows me on sight, which leads to some hysterical interactions. Originally, after catching him, he didn't want any part of me. I'd see him, he'd notice who I was, he'd run to the hole there in the back to growling and hissing to now he sees me and kind of goes, whatever. It's like, tall, lanky, bearded guy again. It is what it is. Oh Lord. He's grown tremendously over these last 4 years, nearly doubling in size now. There's no longer an easy way to move him around. He's kind of a boss. He's the biggest gator in the area he's in. I mean, they have gators there that are over 13, but he's a big guy now. Mixed in with other gators, crocodiles, and a few caiman. He is still very light colored due to his time in captivity. Whoever had him kept him in a closet somewhere, pretty obviously. When he swims up, all other crocodilians move out of the way because he kind of rules the place with an iron fist. He really does. I got a couple of pictures and a video of That's his setup, and yeah, you can see everybody else ducking and covering. He's a boss now. And he, like I said, nobody else comes anywhere near him because he's kind of rough on him. Kind of a little bit rough on him. In closing, I want to wish everyone at Block Club Chicago tremendous blessings. Your organization and this story has had a profound effect on my life in every way imaginable. I can't thank you all enough. Here's another 50. Thank you guys.